Hello students, welcome to the practical session of database management system. In last session, we have studied how to execute TDL and DML commands. In today's session, we are going to study how to execute data control language commands. Under this data control language category, we have two queries, grant and revoke. These two queries are used to manage authorization on a database system. Grant command is used to give permissions to the user to operate on database, and revoke command is used to take back all the permissions from the user so that user cannot operate on the database. Okay. Now here you can see root at localhost is written. Root is a username which is connected to local instance of SQL server, which is a local host. This instance is running on my own PC. Okay, now there are two other this is a list of databases. In this list, two user defined databases are there, hospital and library. Okay, now under this hospital database we have two tables, doctor and patient, that stores this hospital database stores information about hospital. And under library database we have two tables, book and students. Library database is used to manage library system. Okay, so let's see how to create user. Before executing grant and revoke command, we need to create new user. So we can create user by using create user command. After create user keyword, write down username within double quotes, then write down @ and then write down the name of your host. Now here on my local machine, only single instance of SQL server is running, that is localhost. So I have written user1 at the localhost. It means that user1 can connect to localhost only. And then write down keyword identified by. Identified by keyword is used to assign password to the user. Now the password, I have given the same password as username, that is user1. When you execute this query, then user1 will get created with password user1. Okay, now here localhost is given. It means that user1 can connect to localhost because we have only single instance of SQL server running on a machine. But if your machine is connected in a network, and if you are having multiple instances, if you are having multiple SQL servers running, then you can write here, instead of this localhost, you can write %. It means that user1 can run on any instance of SQL server. Okay, so here we have single instance, so I have written localhost. Now execute this query. See, your user is created. Okay, now let's see what are the permissions this user has. Show grants for user1 which is running on local host. See, in output section you can see no grants are there. Grant uses on star.star means this user can use this environment, but it is not having access to any of the databases. So let's see grants for root. We are working on root user, which is a admin user. So for user1 there are no grants. So let's see what are the grants for root. Show grants. See, grants for root at localhost. Root is a admin user. Okay, so this root is having all permissions to operate on database. Root can perform select operation, insert, update, delete. It can create proxy on localhost. Okay, because root is a admin user. So let's see how to give grant to user. Grant select on hospital dot doctor to user1. User1 is a newly created user which is not having any grant yet, and we are giving permission to that user1 by using grant command. Now what is the meaning of this command? Grant select. It means that give select permission to user 1 on which database? On hospital database. And in hospital database there are two tables, but we are giving grant for doctor table only. Okay, it means that when you execute this query, see, your query is successfully executed. It means that now user 1 can access hospital database, but for which operation? For select operation only. And under that hospital database we have two tables, doctor and patient, but user 1 can select data from doctor table only. User 1 cannot read data from patient table. Okay, so this is the meaning of this grant command. Now when you log in by using user 1, when you create new connection by using this user 1, then you can see only hospital database, and under that hospital database you can see only doctor table. Okay, now let's verify the effect of this query. To verify the effect of grant query, we need to create new connection. Here new connection is written. Now this new connection is for root user. We need to create new connection for user 1. So to create new connection, you can simply click on this plus sign, or you can click on this shortcut icon to create new connection, or just go to the file menu and click on new connection. See, this is the new connection window. Here you need to write down the host address. Now we are having a single host, that is local host, so no need to change this address. Give your username, which is user 1, and then write down the password, that is user 1. No need to enter value for any other attribute, and then connect. See, your new connection is created here with user 1. And as I told you, user 1 is having authority for hospital database only. So here you can see only hospital database. You cannot see any other database in the list. And in root, it is a admin user, so there are number of databases enlisted. Now go to the user 1. In hospital database, there are two tables already created, but here we have given permission for doctor table only, so patient table is not enlisted, means this user can perform operation on doctor table only. Okay, so to use this hospital database, we need to open that database first by using use command. See, your command is executed. Now we are having only select authority. Okay, means we can only read data from doctor table. So execute that command, select star from doctor. See, this is the output of your command. You can only read data. Now try to execute another query. Okay, so here I am executing insert query. Insert into table values. First is doctor ID, then next is name of doctor, and third is specialization. Suppose this doctor is the child specialist. Now execute this query. See, what is the error? Query is not executed. There is an error. What is error? Insert command denied to user 1. Means there is no permission to insert data to user 1. So user 1 cannot insert data into the table. User 1 can only select data. User 1 can only read data. So this is how we can give security to our database by using grant command. Okay. Now terminate this connection. Now again we are in root user. So here your user 1 is having only select authority. Now let's give another authorities, grant, insert, and then delete on hospital dot star. Now I have written star here. Star means that user can access all tables from hospital database. Okay, user can access all tables from hospital database. In first query we have specified table name, that is doctor, means user can access doctor database only, but your hospital database has two tables, doctor and patient. Now I have written grant insert delete on hospital dot star. It means that now this user can access all the tables that are created under this hospital. User 1, this is another variation of grant command. See here, give select also. Here we have seen two variations of grant command. One to give grant on a specified table, another to give grant on all table. If you want to give permission on all table, then just write down your database name and star. It means that user can access all tables. Execute it. Now execute this. 2 was missing. Okay, so there was a error. See now your query is successfully executed. Query is grant select insert delete on hospital to user 1. Now it means that your user 1 can perform select insert and delete operation on all the tables of your hospital database. Now again verify this by new connection using same username and password. Connect. See here username is user1. Now you can see under this hospital database two tables are enlisted because we have given permission for all tables. Okay, use what hospital, execute it. Okay, it's successfully executed. Now select star from doctor. This is doctor table. Then select star from patient. This is your patient table. Now see, you can access both the tables because we have given permission for both tables. Now try to insert data. Previously we were not able to insert data. Now try to insert values. Insert into which table? Suppose doctor table. Okay, values, doctor ID, then doctor name, and then doctor specialization. See, your query is successfully executed. Means here now user can insert data into the table. Now select this. See, new values are inserted into the table. So this is how we can manage authorizations. Previously when your user was created, we had given only select authority, so user could not enter data into the table. But now we have given insert, delete and select authority. So now user can perform all these operations with the database. Now let's say delete from doctor where ID equals to 3. Means we are deleting data for third user. See, your data is deleted. Select star from user. There is no data for ID 3. So this is how we can verify the effect of grant command. Okay. Now again terminate this. Now we have another database called library, but till now we have given permission for hospital database only. That's why we cannot see library database on that user environment. Now let's again run this command, grant all. Okay, all means all privileges. See, when you enlist privileges, select, insert, delete, it means that user can perform only select, insert and delete operation. But we have many other operations also, like update, rename, truncate, drop, alter. So these operations cannot perform by this user because they are not enlisted in the list. Now I want this user to perform all operations on all databases. So I can simply write grant all. On which database? On all databases. So this is star. Star stands for all and all tables. So here I have simply written star dot star. When I write hospital dot doctor, it means that hospital database and doctor table. Now I have written star dot star. It means that user can perform operation on all databases and on all tables. And which operations? All operations. User 1 @ local host. Query is successfully executed. Now again login using same user 1. See, new connection is created by user 1. Now here you can see all the databases because we have given grant for all databases. So here you can see all databases. Okay. Now you can perform operations on library database. Use library. First open that database. See, library database is opened. Then select star from book. We have one table in library database called book table. So we are reading that table. See, this is your book table. We have another database student. So select star from student. No data is there in student database. Okay. So here we can insert data. Insert into student values. What are the attributes? Attributes are student ID, so ID is 1. Then branch, suppose branch is computer. Okay, and then book issue. Here you can write down the name of book or you can write down the ID of book. Suppose book ID is B001. It is of varchar type, so you can enter numbers also and you can enter characters also. See, query is successfully executed. Now, see, your table is updated. Okay, means here now we have studied how to assign few permissions and how to assign all permissions. Here all these are verified. Now again terminate this. We have seen how to assign permission on particular database and table. How to assign permission on particular database and all tables. How to assign permissions on all database and all tables. And again all permissions. Here when you enlist permission names, then that user can perform only those operations. And when you write all, means user can perform all operations. Now let's revoke operations. So to command to take back all permissions is revoke. Suppose insert. Revoke insert on. See, now your user 1 is having all permission on all databases. But I don't want this user to enter data into hospital database. So I can simply write revoke insert on hospital dot star. Okay, from user 1 @ local host. See, currently your user 1 is having all authorities, all permissions on all databases. I am revoking, I am taking back insert permission on hospital database. Means user cannot insert data into any table of hospital database. Execute this query. Query is successfully executed. Now we have seen how to revoke single privilege from the user. Let's see how to revoke all privileges from all databases from this user 1 @ local host. Okay, so when we execute this query, it is used to revoke all privileges from all databases from this user 1. Means after execution of this query, when you log in using new connection with user 1, that user 1 will not be able to do any of the operations because we have revoked all the permissions from that user. So let's verify this. I am logging using user 1, connect, see. Now we are at user 1 at localhost, and here you can see there is no list of user defined or built-in databases because we have revoked all the permissions from the user. So when you try to execute any query here, it will give you the error, that is access denied for user 1 at localhost to the database. It means that when you revoke all permissions from particular user, then that user will not be able to perform any of the operations. So this is all about create user, grant permission and revoke permission commands. So by using all these query, you can perform these DCL commands on SQL environment. Okay, so now your homework is that you try to execute all this command, you create new users on your local machine and then give different permissions to those users, revoke some of the permissions or revoke all permissions, and verify the effect of all these queries by creating new connections. Okay, so this is all about today's session. Thank you.